I've just turned 21 and I've been thinking a bit about my life. That sounds really weird and like reflective, but I suppose I have been reflecting. I have came to realise that my life has sort of been sectioned, and each section, each chapter, usually there is one thing or a whole bunch of things that tie in with that section and that reminds me of that time. Music is probably the number one thing that really can take me back to one of these chapters. And that probably sounds really, really cheesy, and now that I'm saying it out loud, it does. But I think that's probably the case for everyone. That is what this video is going to be about. I have chosen 21 songs that I feel represent my life today. Now, it would have been a lot cooler if, each song represented each year of my life. Unfortunately, that's not how it's rolled. Like, I wasn't listening to music when I was like 1, unless you want to include a nursery rhyme or something, like Humpty Dumpty. But I've chosen 21 songs and I'm just going to talk a bit about them and what period of time or like place they take me back to. I've created a playlist on Spotify, which I think I've put public. It's linked down below, you can check it out. Listen to these songs because they are great. So the first song that I have chosen is You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins, and it's from the Tarzan soundtrack. The Tarzan soundtrack as a whole just hits me right in the feels. I cry over it because it's so nostalgic for me. I used to have this soundtrack on repeat, probably when I was like 4 years old, and I would dance in front of my reflection in the TV screen. And I still like to sing into my reflection, so I've always been like that. It takes me back to being really, really, really young, and just not really having a care in the world. Second song is Never Had a Dream Come True by S Club 7. S Club 7 were my favourite group when I was growing up. I had and still have all of their albums. I collected the magazine. I had a Rachel Stevens doll. I had S Club 7 posters, calendar. I would get the annuals for Christmas, and Never Had a Dream Come True. It's probably my favourite single that everyone knows. Again, it's a song that just kind of takes me back. The third song is a bit of a random one. It is Wherever, Whenever. Is that it? Is it Wherever, Whenever, or Whenever, Wherever? I don't know. Whichever way around it is, by Shakira. Now, I'm not like a big Shakira fan, but this song like takes me back to a specific place, and it's just the most random thing. Whenever I listen to it, I remember being about, how old was I? 6 maybe? I want to say I was maybe 6. Maybe 5 or 6, I don't know. And I remember being in the car and this song coming on the radio. So, well, I don't know what year this song was released. I feel like this song was released in like 2001, so maybe I was 6. Whatever. And I remember being in the car and this coming on the radio. And there's another song that makes me think of being in the car on that same car journey. So I don't know if maybe I'm just going crazy, but that other song is Murder on the Dance Floor. Those two songs make me think of being in the car. The fourth one is Holding On to Love to Save My Life by Shania Twain. I'm a huge Shania Twain fan, and this isn't my favourite song by Shania Twain, but the reason that I chose this song was because when I first started listening to Shania Twain, it was all thanks to my granny, and she had the Come On Over album, and I would put it on whenever I went round. I'd listen to like 6 songs and then I'd get bored. Now I listen to the whole album and I love the whole album, but I'd always get to the same part of the album and then I'd be over it. And Holding On to Love, To Save My Life, is the second song on the album. So it's like after Man I Feel Like a Woman, which I would have been like, yeah man I feel like a woman, and then it would be this song. And so like I'd still really be into it and concentrating on the music, you know, however old I was, like what, 7 or something. It kind of takes me back to my granny and granddad's old flat. Smile Please, Say Cheese by CHVRCHES. This song over the fast food song, honestly, forget about a Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Pizza Hut. It's all about smile please, come on everybody, wear a happy face. Now, this song takes me back to Haven. I don't know why, because I can't remember ever hearing this song at Haven, but I feel like it must have one year been playing for pretty much as long as I can remember. Me and my family go to Haven Holiday Park pretty much almost every summer. We go to the kids' entertainment. Now, when I was younger, I would go onto the dance floor, I would dance and, you know, take part in it. And this song makes me think of going down on the dance floor and dancing and just being at the entertainment. So I'm like, the song must have been on one year. And usually they'll play the same songs each night pretty much. So, you know, it must have just been on a few times. Next, we have Thunderbirds Are Go by Busted. Now, Busted were my second band / group obsession after S Club 7. Me and my 2 old best friends at the time, we were in primary school, we were obsessed with Busted. All 3 of us were in love with Charlie. There was 3 of us. There may have been 3 in Busted, but we all wanted Charlie. Thunderbirds Are Go is one of my favourite Busted songs ever. And it just gives me so much energy. And I went to see Busted last year, and I would like listen to the song and I'd be like, yes, I have the power, I can do anything. And they played this and I was almost in tears. Number 7 is The Call by Regina Spektor. The Call is my favourite song of all time. This song gets to me on a level that no song has ever or will ever get to me. I first heard this when I went to see Prince Caspian in the cinema, and I used to be obsessed with the Narnia films. Well, the first 2 anyway. I still haven't seen the 3rd, but I was obsessed, and this song I just really, really liked, and I listened to it non-stop, and every time I go back to listen to it, I have that same feeling of, I love this song. You know, sometimes when you listen to a song and you just keep listening to it and then you just kind of grow a bit bored of it, or you're like, oh, it's still a good song, but I'm not as obsessed as I was. Like, the love for the song never dies. I've always kind of related to the lyrics in some way, and as I've gotten older and, you know, depending on what I'm going through at that moment, the meaning changes. And now for me, it relates to my mental health and how I kind of changed as a person, and I thought like I was never gonna come back, but I was coming back, kind of like, if you listen to the lyrics you'll probably grasp what I'm talking about. If you listen to any of these songs on this list, listen to that one. Next we've got a bit of a random one again, and it's Replay by Ayaz. Who remembers this song? Now, I had quite a few songs to choose from this era of my life. The era I'm talking about is when I was in maybe like from 1st to 3rd year, and I was trying to be cool, and I would listen to chart music, and, you know, I'd listen to the songs that everyone else was listening to. I didn't really go out my way to find music as much, but it was more like I would listen to what was on the charts. And this song was on the charts. It just makes me think of being like 12, 13, maybe 14, just being like, yes, I'm cool. I was never cool. I'm still not cool, but I like to think that I'm more cooler than I was back then. And I always remember just kind of like we'd sit on the bus and people would like play their music through their phone. Like, this was the time where, you know, people would walk down the streets with their music from their phone blaring, and, you know, it would be like this song, or like another song that like really makes me think of that time is Low, you know, check out the map of bottom jeans, boots with the fur, you know, like those kind of songs. Like, next we've got Dream by Miley Cyrus from the Hannah Montana movie. I loved Miley. I still like Miley, but I used to be obsessed with her. Loved Hannah Montana. The Hannah Montana soundtracks were always great. Hannah Montana movie soundtrack, perfection. And Dream was my favourite song on the album. Dream is one of those songs where, like, I close my eyes and it sends like shivers through me. Like, you know those songs, like, that is what Dream does to me. I'm like, yes, love it. Like, it just makes me feel calm. Next song is Damned If I Do Ya, Damned If I Don't by All Time Low. This was probably the beginning of my emo phase. 2010, 2011, so maybe 14, 15. Still like one of my favourite All Time Low songs. It really makes me think of sitting on the bus on the way home from school with my earphones in and listening to all my like rock, punk, pop songs. Number 11 on the list is Will Be a Dream by We the Kings featuring Demi Lovato. This is another song, much like Dream, that just calms me. It just makes me like happy. It's a good song, and it features my queen Demi Lovato. What more could you want? The next song is Sugar Rush by Cash Cash. I listened to this in the summer of 2010, and I would listen to it on repeat and it would get me hyper. It was like a jam. I would like jump up and down. I would go crazy. And it's a song that reminds me of summer. So every summer I will put it on. I will make sure that it's on my summer playlist. I will make sure that I listen to it when I'm going on holiday because it just makes me think of summer. 13 is the first out of 2 Green Day songs on this list. What's Her Name? This is my favourite Green Day song of all time. It's always been one of my favourites. But now I love it even more. I'm just gonna like pour my heart out right now. I got into Green Day thanks to one of my old friends who would just send me links to Green Day's music all the time. I liked this guy, and so naturally I was like, oh, listen to anything you send me. And turns out I genuinely did really like Green Day. I liked this guy for years, and I was gonna be leaving school and I was never gonna see him again, and this song made me think of me moving on and forgetting him, but not forgetting the time that we were friends. It makes me reflect on the time that we were friends and we spoke to each other a lot on MSN. The second Green Day song is 21 Guns. This song is on the list for similar reasons to What's Her Name. One of my favourite Green Day songs, makes me think of the same guy, and it hits me in those feels that I start crying because it makes me think of how much I liked this guy for so long. Next we have Warrior by Demi Lovato. I had to include a Demi song. I know I already included Will Be a Dream, which she features in, but I needed to include a proper Demi song. And I was thinking of including my favourite Demi song. I thought, no, I'm gonna choose Warrior because the meaning of the song, the lyrics relate to me on a much deeper level than pretty much most of Demi's other songs. It also represents a time where I was mentally ill and life was just not great. And now I can like sing that song and be like, I'm a warrior because I've gotten through it. Forget by Marina and the Diamonds. Marina and the Diamonds is my favourite artist. She's my favourite singer. I love her so much. And I chose Forget because it's one of my favourite Marina songs. And it also makes me think of my first proper relationship, which, to be fair, didn't last very long because Marina's album, well, no, I don't think the album came out, but like she was releasing songs from Fruit while I was like talking to him and as I was getting to know him. It doesn't make me think of him specifically, but it makes me think of that time. I don't know what happened there, but it just said the battery was exhausted again, but it's plugged in and the plugged switch on and it says it's charging. The last song to sum up my 21 years is Cake by the Ocean by, is it DNCE or is it pronounced something else? Like, is it pronounced like Vns? I don't know. There's no other way I can describe this song than our sesh song. It takes me back to a house party, 3 a.m. Sun was slowly beginning to rise, drink in hand, swaying. Honestly, I hear the first note of that song and I am thrown back into the middle of a sesh. I'm always up for a sesh, I'm always wanting to party, but as soon as I hear that song, that feeling is accelerated like 100 times more. So there you go. If you've made it to the end of this video, I applaud you. This is going to be a pain in the butt to edit. As I said, I will link the Spotify playlist down below. Hopefully you'll be able to access it. Listen to my life. Thank you guys for watching and I will see you next time.